So here we go, here we go, here we go again. We know that weakness, it's meant. What's going on now? So here I am, just letting you guys know what I'm doing. I'm here on by myself on a Friday, just kicking it on a good old Friday and stuff. I'm having a little brewski and I have my war hat on here. I wanted to show what I'm doing here. I'm doing some artwork. I like to do artwork and I do it with a variety of things like candles, record art and stuff. So I'm going to show I'm going to show you guys a couple of things that I've been doing and working on. Now, so far, my obsession right now is the unfortunate TikToker who passed away, didn't get passed away. She got killed. She got killed on live and the whole world knows about it now and so forth. Hold on. I put on some lipsticks, just making sure it's tight. She got killed on TikTok. Her name is Valeria Marquez, and I feel for her. Like it's already been past a week already. It was on the 13th, and now we're the 23rd. So it's already been over a week and stuff. I've just been feeling her, and I think the world has too in general. Just the way she comes off, like on her videos. I mean, like she's all over TikTok, especially. And I was like, well, who's this? Or like, what's going on? And obviously getting into it and stuff. So I became a little obsessed, and I became like, oh my goodness, like why, why? To find out like what's going on. Now, the full story is not out yet. I don't think they even caught her killer. I haven't really been on TikTok that much as of today. I was on yesterday, and then today I looked at it, but it's getting overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed because all week I wake up and I just feel her, and I feel sad for her, and I'm just like, what, like how and why? And then watching all of her past videos, and then with her demonic friend, that Vivian girl, that demonic girl that was her best friend and stuff. And then when she got murdered there in her salon, Vivian wasn't there. Vivian was on her live, like talking to her through the live, but the other worker was there, Erica, that worker girl, and so forth. So there was rumors going around that Erica had shot her first because the way she like moves, and then she's like this, and then boom boom she gets shot 3 times. But the Vivian girl, I can't stand that Vivian girl because she just has this Serena Williams Mexican look. Like she's like Serena Williams, the tennis player, was a Mexican. She looks like her. Like she just that girl just reeks fucking envy. She just reeks like ugh. Like she reeks it in all the videos, and I've seen like so many, and I'm just like so what I did was, that's my obsession. Valeria Marquez is my obsession right now, and so I'm doing some artwork about her and of her and so forth, and it's just for myself. And if anybody wants, and when I put up my boots, because I'm a local vendor, I'll put on a couple of things, and if you like it, cool deal and all that jazz. But what I did yesterday, actually, I did this. I bought these, and they're still in the works. So I bought the pink candles, the way she was all like the Barbie pink. And I actually I have like a nail here. I put this nail. I had a thumbnail before for her, and okay, car is it's my neighbor's car. But I put this nail on, and just in general because of the pink that she was wearing when she got killed. So this is a little tribute to her and so forth. I just put on the little nail and stuff. And then since the color pink. So this is right here, the candle, and it's breaking off. I had glued it, but it's coming off. And this is right here, the candle. And I lit it yesterday, and I posted it on TikTok and so forth. So it looks really nice, like when you light it and stuff, and then in the dark. It looks really nice. Let me see if I can go ahead and try to show it a little bit. Give me a second. Let me turn off this, and then maybe turn off this light. Or maybe I need to turn off this one too. Okay, so here we are in the dark. So, it lights up and stuff, and then as it goes down, it'll light her up a little bit more and so forth. So I did this one right here. This is that right there. And then I did another candle over, and these are just like screenshots when she was they're like getting her gifts before she got tragically killed and stuff, So here are the candles, and again, I have to still work on them, but these are just my little doings for right now. For the unfortunate, she just came off again. She came off so. Oh, you know what? Let me show you another one while I'm in the dark here. While I have a ticket. Hold on. Let me show you this one right here. I also did this one. This one's more of a a high one there. So these are where I can put her in, and then this candle's lighting right now. It's lit. So, but it has like the wood bottom, and it's a bigger, thicker candle compared to this one right here. So you see the difference on the candles and stuff. And it's just, her, that's when, when she got killed, when she was like a IDN and stuff. So I did that. And these candles, that I did for her. And yes, obsessed much. Yes, I did, I'm going through my phase and all of that stuff. I mean, it's never going to end, obviously, because it's tragic whenever you get killed. Again, I work in a funeral parlor, and it's just, death is just like, but envy, and the jealousy is just even worse. Real quick right here. So these are like the candles I do. I have a variety of different candles. Let me turn this on. You can see this right here. This is the good old Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I did this, and these are my own personal candles that I do, and I light them, and they look really cool in the dark. So I got that one, and then I got this one's already like fading away. This one's already going light, but this one's a good old dock right here. And then I got this right here. These are all my candles. I love candles, and I got good old Val Kilmer here from Tombstone. So I have him here on my stove. And these are my candles that I have, and then I just have all around my house and stuff. So I got that, all of that jazz. Let me go in and turn the light here so it's not too dark. But anyways, this is what I got here, and this is for Valeria Marquez, and I would pretty much do any kind of candles, especially when it comes to like those that are like, that I feel for and stuff. I just love doing artwork and like candles and stuff. So anyways, got that going on, and I do also, besides candle art that I like to do, and it's just pretty much like my own version of whatever. Cheers. I ended up going to I went to a thrift store yesterday, and I found, because I mean, those who know the story of Valeria Marquez, they gave her friend Vivian gave her or sent her they said she was gonna get a gift. Some guy came to deliver a gift, like in a black bag or whatever, and then she wasn't there, and then he goes, "I'll be back in an hour." So Valeria gets there, and she's kind of like waiting, and she's on live and stuff. Again, you should already know the story in regards to that. But her friend Vivian, because Valeria wants to leave, and Vivian told her, no, stay, because I want to see your face, I guess, when you get that gift from that guy, the black bag or whatever. So Valeria is there kicking it, and she gets like a little upset, like, hey, well, what the hell's going on? She has over 7,000 people, if I'm correct, on her live watching her, and Vivian sends her like her favorite Starbucks drink, which is a red drink, okay, and then boom, she gets it, and then she sends her another gift. And again, if I got the story wrong, it's just, I mean, yeah, for being so upset, she should know everything. It's just, there's always this and that and all of that jazz. She sends her a little a plush of a pig, and she's like, es un cochinito. She's like, mi vida. And she's like, es un pendejillo. And then she like smiles, and she looks, at the live and stuff. So she has a pig right there. So she ended up getting killed with the pig when the guy finally comes, and she's like, "Ahí viene," and the guy says, "Valeria," and she's like, "Yeah," and then she goes and she mutes her live, and then boom, that's when she gets shot. So I ended up finding this, and it was weird. I was like, "What the hell? Like, what are the odds?" I found this at a thrift store, and it's a piggy, but he has wings. Like he's in heaven, like wings. And how cool is this, and how ironic is this? Like this pig's got wings, and she was holding the pig, and people have done artwork over whether like she's like holding the pig like that, and she has wings like behind her, artwork wise. But I just thought this was so fitting, like with the wings. So I was like, oh my goodness, I had to get it. So I bought this little piggy and stuff, little kid. Es un cochinillo. And I got this, right? And then I did the candles and stuff. But I just thought this was kind of fitting when I saw it, because I've been thinking about her. It's already lessening a little bit more. The first week was hard. I would think about it, and then TikTok and over and over. And I was just like, oh my God, I just felt bad because of the story behind it. She wasn't just, oh, okay, kill, boom, boom. There was a point. She was targeted. Now there's stuff going on about like her ex-boyfriend and all that jazz, but then they have about her fucking demonic friend there was just and when she gets after she gets killed, when she's on her live, the worker Erica turns the like the camera around and she shuts off the live, but with that demonic face, even the worker Erica just turns it on calmly. Now me personally, I'm here kicking it, right? Say I'm doing a live right now, I'm doing already whatever. Say it was a friend of mine doing a live right now and like that, and I'm over here on the side, I'm over here and my friends, me doing the live. Somebody comes, boom boom boom, they fucking shoot my ass and or my friends in front of me on live, dude. I would have screamed, I would have yelled, I would have been so crazy, I wouldn't have done this, and calmly turned off the TikTok live. No, ma'am, I would have been backflips and been like, I would have attended to my friend. I wouldn't have just been so calmly and just like so passionate, kind of like just like, oh, and it's over. Everybody acts different. Everybody acts different. Me personally, come on, man, and that's close range, like close range, right in front of you. I would have gone nuts. I would have gone nuts. Again, just seeing the videos of with her friend and the way her friend like rolled her eyes like ugh, like that. You can tell there was like there was hatred there. There was hatred, and that's a bad. Jealousy's fucking suck. That's a bad thing. I've had friends. I've had stalkers, and I did have one friend. I think I mentioned her in one of my past videos and stuff. We don't want to mention the name because you don't want to summon up Beetlejuice and stuff. But she's that I'm aware of. I haven't seen that girl in fucking years. But I'm gonna go ahead and say a couple of stories. And if I mentioned it before, I did. But it just in regards to the topic that we're doing now, that I'm doing now. Okay, this friend I had, I've known her like forever, ever. And then we started hanging out. We started hanging out, and then you get to know somebody. You get to know somebody. I have a bunch of friends. I have tons of friends, but I don't hang out with them. I'm not like, when I say I don't hang out, I don't have a lot of time with them. Like, say I go to the bar, say I go downtown, chill on the rocks. Hey, I know people. Hey, I got some good friends. Hey, we hang out for a little bit. I don't hang out enough to where I get upset with you, or I get where I've had it with you. Kind of like when you're in a, let me put some more light in here. Let me see if this is better here. Kind of like if you're in a marriage or in a boyfriend, girlfriend, everything's groovy. Oh, the fucking honeymoon is, oh, it's amazing. It's great. Same thing with friends. Same thing with somebody you hang out with a lot. They're always at your house. You're always with them, whatever. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to start saying things about them as they say about you. And you're going to kind of be like, again, not again, or whatever. I know I've had people that do that with me, like, here we go with the, Heart Lake Rose and stuff, and that's fucking fine, whatever. I do the same thing and stuff. And again, I'm just rambling. This is my channel, and if you don't like it, change the channel. 100 channels, and there's nothing on. So, that being said, let me have a seat. I gotta sit down. Tired. So, let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to have to end up standing up for this one, too, because I need to be able to mimic this person. And, again, you know what? I'm going to just stay standing up. Give me a second. So, okay. So, this girl starts to come. She was kind of like a homeless girl. Now, when I say homeless, and not so much, she had 4 or 5 kids. This girl had 4 or 5 kids. She was always like a rambling, man. She was always going somewhere, a vagabond. Always, with the pole and the handkerchief with all your possessions. You know what I'm saying? A vagabond, is that what they're called? Always kind of like here and there. Then she'd get a house or like an apartment, and it just wouldn't last. She wouldn't last like in the places. So she'd get a hotel. She'd stay at a friend's house and crash with somebody. But she had all her kids with her, man. Like all her damn kids. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and I'm just going to pick at a couple of things too. She would show up at my house just randomly. Like, I like to be here. Like, I'm kicking it right now. I'm kicking it. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my artwork and all of that jazz. And then just, hey girl, I'm here. Like, I'm here. And I'm just like, Okay, like I like my solitude. I like what I'm doing. Like right now, I'm kicking it. Right now, don't get me wrong. If I get a knock on the door, I'm gonna go and carefully see, hey, well, who is it? What do you want? Not open the door, but go through the window. Like, what the fuck? What do you want? It's 12 midnight. I ain't expecting no visitors, right? Sure as hell didn't get no booty call. So, gonna be a little wary, right? Oh, it's a friend, like, or somebody, hey girl, like, well, okay, well, okay, but now you're interrupting my space. Now I'm doing it out of courtesy because I'm a cool fucking person. Now you're interrupting me, and then I have to feel like I have to cater to you, and I don't like that crap. I don't like that crap. I didn't even check my teeth. If I got any kind of, I was drinking a lot of tea at work. I did the funeral home today, and I didn't even check my teeth. I drank a lot of tea, but they had a bunch of loose leaves in it where you can actually take the loose leaves in. I don't even know if there's any loose leaves in my teeth, but if there are, you know what, whatever, it doesn't matter. So she comes in, and okay, I remember one time I got annoyed. I got so fucking annoyed. I was like, oh my God. I was just so like, ugh. Okay, I have a yoga ball because I work out here at my house, right? And now again, if I told this story, I'm going to say it again. It doesn't matter. Okay, a yoga ball. It's there, it's kicking it, right? And yoga balls are sturdy, whatever. And she's not, she was like a little bit taller than me, like she's taller than me, and she was a little thicker. Like I'm more of a slender build, and she's not fat, she wasn't skinny, she just regular built, regular built. And we're talking and all of that jazz, right? And she gets, instead of getting on the sofa, she gets my yoga ball. And she sits on it, and she's bouncing on it, like talking to me, and bouncing on my yoga ball like that. And I got like this. I was like, oh, like I was thinking you're gonna pop my ball. Like I just felt like get off my yoga ball. But I didn't tell her that. But she was like, yeah, dude, and then just bouncing on it, bouncing. I was like, I was like this, like just it got to me, like just sit down on the sofa. Like why do you have to sit on my yoga ball and then be bouncing on it? I just felt like it was gonna go and explode. That was a little whatever. Then I noticed one time we were talking and stuff, and I don't know, maybe I took it the wrong way, but she kind of gave me this look like, and then she kind of went like this, like, to her face, like, maybe I looked old then or whatever, because the sun was hitting me, or I don't know, that ain't wrong, but she kind of went like this, like adjusting her face or something, and I was like, oh, do I look old? And she looked at me like, I kind of went like this, like, maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. Maybe I am. Let's say I'm taking it the wrong way, but I kind of feel like, ooh, do I look old? Or like, I felt that way. Just nitpicking here and all that stuff. One time, the one that I'll never fucking forget was, I was in my room. I was kicking it. I was doing my own thing, right? And she comes to my house unannounced, uninvited. She just, let me just go to her Liquor Rose's house. And she comes to my house. We're in my room, and at the time, I believe I told this story, but I guess I'm just going with the flow. I had this Garnier cream. It was like a leave, like a put in your hair like a creamer, like just to kind of like make your curls or whatever. And a Garnier, and it was right there, like where I was sitting at in my room. It was right there. And she looked at it, she's like, can I do your hair? Can I put the Garnier on your hair? And I was like, sure, like, I guess, okay, that's fine. So, she gets the Garnier. I'm gonna take off my cap for this one. Please forgive how I look, it's horrible. But, okay, so now I'm sitting down on the floor. And she's like above me. So my head's right here, and she's standing up. She gets the Garnier, right? She puts the cream on, and she's putting it like through my hair. She's like putting it like through my hair. And as she's doing it, she's like this, like my hair like this, my head like this. No lie, like this. She was like, like it was like she was stirring the pot, but with my hair, she was putting it through my hair. And I'm at this like, okay, I was like, alrighty, but you could tell. Oh, I got dizzy. Hold on. Whew. Whoa. Whew. Got a little dizzy there. Whew. Let me calm down over here. Hold on. Let me drink some water. Ooh. Got dizzy there. But that was the degree that she was pulling my hair. This is my tea water that I like to drink. It's got a variety of herbs and stuff. She was doing it like she was possessed, and I'm like, whatever. I'm not even attempting to do it because I don't want to get dizzy again. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It felt wrong. It felt like that's not the way you put cream on a hair, on hair. You get the cream and you put it through your hair. You do this. You're like, okay, put it into your hair, whatever. You don't grab the hair and then start stirring it around like a crazy cauldron and summoning up whatever demons you're trying to do or whatever. True story, dude. And I was like, okay, alrighty, now how you doing? What you feel like doing? Like, bam. And that was one time. And then another time too, since it was income tax season. And again, I might have told this story again, but it don't matter. It's my channel. I can do what I want because this is God's country. This is God's country. She got her income tax. Now, I was modeling back then, and I still model to this day. Yes, at my age, I still model, and yes, I do it. So, I was modeling back then. This was, if I'm correct, this was a long time ago. This was still at the ending of MySpace, going into Facebook phase, if I'm correct. And I worked at this location over here at Comcast, Converges, for over 15 fucking years. So everybody kind of knew like my stats and everything like that. She tells me she got her income tax. She's like, oh, I want you to be, because she was a singer. Like she would sing like blues and like jazz. Like, she had a voice. She did have a voice, kind of, it would get a little too annoying with me. I got to give it to her. She did have a voice. Like, she did. But sometimes she would do a little too much Shakira, like, and that was too Shakira for me, and I'm not a Shakira fan. No, man. Blah, blah, blah. So, she goes, I want you to be on the cover of my album. She was going to do, like, release an EP or whatever. She did sing. This girl did. I did go and see her sing, like, at a bar and stuff like that. So, I want you to be on the cover of my album, so I want you to model, like, for me and stuff. Okay. Boom. So we went. She was staying at a man's house, and she crashed this man's house. It was like oh man, it was like a junkyard, and the house inside it was just not suitable. Like, dude, where she had her kids in that room. When I had looked, I was like, she would just put herself in so many positions, and then with the things with your kids, 4 to 5, if I'm correct. She had 4 or 5 kids, dude. Like, one thing is if you're by yourself, okay, I can sleep in a shithole. I can sleep in a room this big or whatever. I sleep standing up. But you got kids, man. So we go. It was her income tax, so she was, I'm gonna give you $100. Come and model for me. So I'm gonna take photos of you and for my cover. Okay, so I go to the location. I check it out. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then we take photos. We do photos. Whatever, all that jazz. Okay, and then I'm like, can you give them to me that way I can have like a file for my copy of my photos and stuff. Okay. After that, she did give me the $100. I got the $100, all that jazz. And she would hold my photos. Like she would not give my photos to me. So I was asking for my so I can transfer them on my computer. Like, give me the photos. Oh, it's because my phone's acting up. My cell phone's acting up. Like, it won't like transfer. Hey, I have the USB, or I have like, the connection to be able to do it. Like, I want to see the photos. She wouldn't show me the photos. Like, I want to make sure, do I have any say if I'm going to be on the cover of a fucking album or an EP? And I've been on the cover of albums. I have been on, but other bands. But with her, I was like, let me see. Oh, and then she like showed me 1 or 2. Or like just like a handful from 100 photos you took of me. I want to be able to say like, okay, well that one's good, or I go easy. You know what I'm saying? So she made an excuse, and then she came to my house. I was like, wait, give me your phone. I can transfer the damn photos. Oh, it's because it's not doing it. Oh, it's because they went out. So I was like, you know what, dude, whatever. And the truth, nothing ever happened with that EP or that album she was releasing or whatever, or throwing out there independent. Nothing ever happened. I never saw the rest of the photos, anything like that. So I was just like, whatever. She would be to her, we would be talking, right? We would be hours talking here in my living room and stuff. And then she would turn demonic. She would just like turn like, and then she started looking around. And it's like this like, and then she'd ask me a question. Let me ask you something. But she was a, what's it called? What's it called that when you read tarot cards? What's that wire and then it's like a pendulum? Is it a pendulum? Maybe I'm not saying it right, but the pendulum, you know, like with the crystal down here, and then it's like yes or no or whatever. But she would do it with anything like this. Like example, this lips like this. She's like this, like, so did you go out yesterday? And while I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, I wanna. Okay. Okay. She would do it with anything. I think I've told this story before, and I'm saying it again. I don't know why I feel like I told it before. Again, example like this knife. So, what did you eat steak last night? Did you eat steak last night? And this like, okay. So just like that, and I from being the girl I knew like that was cool 20 minutes ago, she would just switch the switch and kind of like, you know, would like give me this ugly vibe look, and I would be scared. I would be like, okay, like party's over, like I'm getting sleepy, like I'm gonna go to sleep. She would freak me out. She would totally freak me out, and I just, oh man, it just talking about like, you know, that again, jealousy and envy, it's an ugly fucking thing. Ugly thing. And then again, I've had stalkers, but that's more stalking, and well, I guess it's all the same, right? And stuff. I just with this Valeria Marquez girl, like you could just tell her friend that Vivian that would come in her lives and like want to take over the spotlight. When it's her life. She's popular. She's the one who's she made you popular by you being in her fucking lives all the time. And so that Mexican Barbie girl, Valeria, she gave too much trust into the Vivian girl. Now, if Vivian has anything to do with this or whatever, dude, then ayatu. But there was no way that you didn't know something when you kept telling her, when she goes, I'm gonna leave, and you were like, no, I want to see your face when you get the third gift. You gave her the Starbucks, then you gave her the little piggy, and then the third gift. What are the odds that the third gift was gonna end up you being dead, you getting live, and then your worker Erica there next to you right after you get brutally murdered, assassinated, then just turn like this and go and calmly turn the TikTok off. Again, everyone acts different. I would have been insane. You would have heard me. Well, you couldn't hear because she muted it, but I would have been like, you would have seen chaoticness. I would have been nuts. No way. I would have been honored. I would have been like, because the guy went specifically for her. He shoots her and he leaves. Why didn't he shoot the other girl for witnesses? Why didn't he shoot the witness? Right? Story's still planning out and all of that jazz. So I guess to be told. But for right now, like I'm just doing artwork of her. And I'll get over it. The first week's already passed, so I'm already done with it. Like, you know, I would wake up and I just feel so bad for her. I feel so bad. Like, she was just so innocent. Like, she was so humble. Like, when she's like, I love my house. I love my life. And you can sense people. You can sense them. Even without knowing them, you can sense them. Whether they're demonic or not. When you see her fucking friend, that Vivian, just the way, like, the looks that she would give her and stuff. Again, you could never be even anywhere in Valeria's state, in her stature. You could never be. You had to come on her life so you can get your whatever stuff, but you alone, never. It pisses me off, because if you had anything to do with it, or that Erica girl, good man, y'all suck. Now, say it's just a coincidence. Say it just, they really truly did not know, but there was still hatred. You could tell there was hatred with fucking Vivian's ass. You could tell that her friend, like, there was a competition and stuff. And now, after Valeria is dead, Vivian, her friend, went from, I think, I don't know how many followers to 300K. Now she's got 300K on TikTok. Now she's being able to get money off of TikTok. And she hasn't really posted, I don't follow that girl on TikTok, but she hasn't really posted nothing about her friend. I think she posted one thing, but now it's just back to life as usual. And just, oh, it's me. all me, because now I have over 300K followers on TikTok, so now I'm groovy. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have gotten that if it wasn't for your friend who got assassinated and you had jealousy. When you see all the other videos and stuff, the way she like, then she rolls her eyes like, ugh, when Valeria's like talking and stuff like that. I need to stop on it because it pisses me off. It just really pisses me the hell off, man. It really, really does. And like I said, I've had hatred like that too, and maybe people that have hated me and I just never even realized it. But I've had that, and it's an ugly thing when you just have to be that kind of person, and then I just be like, and just demonic and stuff. Like, what do you gain? Like, I don't know, man. What do you fucking gain? So, anyways, that being said, blah blah blah. Go back to the funeral parlor. I posted a live on Facebook. I posted a live on Facebook today at the funeral parlor. I don't film at the funeral parlor at all whatsoever, but I broke my own rule, and I filmed. I went to the cafeteria, well, not the lounge, where you have like the food and stuff. We had a service, and it was very very dead. It had been maybe a good hour before people started coming. So it dawned on me, and I was just like, again, working for a funeral parlor and seeing death all the time, and I live alone and I don't have anybody. When I say I don't have anybody, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have, I don't have a husband, and it gets a little lonely. But we don't take the time, and I've said this again and again, and I'm going to say it again and again. We don't take the time to tell people, tell them in their face and or call them. Everything's message, everything's or posting, whatever. Take the time to pick up a motherfucking phone. The way I mentioned about the crime scene cleanup, when your elders, you don't hear from them on Monday or whatever, and then, I'm gonna wait till Thursday, but by Thursday they're already decomposed and all that jazz. Like, pick up the fucking phone and make a phone call and see how your person's doing. Pick up the phone and call somebody. Call your mom, call your dad, call your friend, call a brother or sister, just call anybody. And it's rare when your phone rings, bring, bring, bring. Now it's just nothing but spam. Rare when your phone rings, and then it's, hey, what's going on? Oh, nothing. I just want to tell you I love you. They're gonna go, what? Where did this come from? I just love you. I just want to tell you I love you, man. That's it. You have a good day. Bye. Click. Hang up the phone. Do that. Do a test. If you see this video and it's this far, you're into the video, do that. Literally, don't message the person. Pick up the fucking phone and Rolodex it, and just pick one person. Make a phone call. Hey, man, or hey, girl, I love you. I love you, damn it. I love you. I just want to say that. Alrighty, rock and roll, man. Click. Boom. That person's going to be like, what? Because they expect, it's more messages. It's a message, or it's a messenger. It's not a pick up the phone. We don't do that. We don't do that often. So my point being was, give me a minute. Let me have a little drinky. My point being is, I was telling the people on live, like, just pick up the phone and do that. Just tell them you love them and see their fucking reaction. Just see the reaction. Guaranteed it'll be classic. Actually this week, we're already Friday into Saturday now. We had it was a child. It was a 1-year-old child, 1 year, 1 month, that she passed away, and she had a heart defect, and it's always sad. Seeing the kids is always sad. And I looked, and she looked like a doll. She didn't look real. She looked like a doll, because I have to go to make sure that the body's presented right before the family comes in after my FD does his job. She looked like a doll. I almost didn't want to touch her. I didn't have to touch her because she was perfect. But I just looked, and the coffin was, I've seen several different coffins. Like, she was 1 year and 1 month old. So we have like an infant coffin that's literally like this big. She was too big for the infant coffin. But then we have like a child's coffin, which is bigger. She was too small for that coffin, but they put her in that coffin. So she was halfway like this, and the rest was, blank, not blank, but it was, she didn't fit in the infant, and she didn't fit in the small one, because she was only a year old. And again, just seeing the families, man, whoa, when the family, that's the worst. That's absolutely the worst. And she looked like a doll. Like, I just kept looking at her like Like I almost wanted like, like, are you real? Like it looked, like a doll. So that was earlier this week, and unfortunately during this week, a couple of days ago, a 7-year-old child got killed here in Laredo, Texas. It's a I guess when I'm gathering from on Facebook, it's the mom had a couple of kids in her car, and they were going under the underpass, and it was a one vehicle crash. So either I don't know what happened. Either she was either messed up on either drugs and or alcohol, or I'm surmising she was driving at her speed, and she must have been on her phone, on her cell phone, which is a deadly thing we all do. We all drive and look at our messages. We all do it. Guilty of charge. But I'm surmising she looked at that, and before you know it, she boom, and she hit from the underpass. She hit the wall, from what I gather. And her child, 7-year-old, boom, he got ejected out of the vehicle and taken to the hospital, and he passed away. The thing is, it was his birthday. They were celebrating his birthday. He was only 7 years old, so he died on his birthday. This happened a couple of days ago. So it's big news on the Facebook in Laredo. It's big news, and which is very, very sad, because we're going to have that child. I'm going to have him on Sunday. We're going to have him on Sunday. The services are at our funeral parlor where I work at. So that's extremely sad. I've been seeing it on Facebook, and now they're the police or the Laredo City. Now they're doing like they did like a conference or whatever about the safety of excuse me, the about buckling up your child, and they had like a bunch of car seats, a different car for different sizes of children and stuff. Now you're doing that. Now you're doing it. That should be a law. Obviously, a child unbuckled, but that should be a hefty price. It should be not $250 for having a child unseated, properly. It should be $500. $500 fine. And no, there is no community service. We don't do community service with that. You're going to pay the $500. You're going to pay it, even if you pay, I think the minimum is $50 a month. You're going to pay all of that. It just should be hefty. It should be hefty. Especially after this child, who 7 years old, on his birthday, and boom, the mom crashes the car. Again, I don't know the issue. I don't know what happened, if she was under influence, or she happened to look down, or maybe she was scratching her leg. Maybe she was doing it, and she just looked down for a moment, boom, before you know what, she hit the wall. But her child was ejected, and he passed away. So we're doing that service on Sunday. That's going to be a packed service. That's going to be a definite packed service. And it's just always sad. It's sad, because I'm going to have to be there. I normally work at the parlor. I normally work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I do the evening. It's normally 3, but depending on the service in the morning, they'll tell me, can you come in at 2? Can you come in at 2:30, just to kind of make sure everything is good, the place is clean and all of that jazz. We have like the bread, we have this. So I have to take over and so forth. But normally I clock in at 3. So for this Sunday service, they told me come in at 1, because it's going to be a packed service. Like, we want to make sure everything's, in order and stuff. So I'm going to come in at 1. And I rarely go in at 1. I rarely go in at 1. So I'm going to be doing 1 o'clock on Sunday. And then I work the rest of the week. I work Sunday through Friday straight. So this coming week, I'm going to be seeing death every day. Every fucking day. Like just... that boy is going to be something else. And every service is something else. Every service is, it's hard and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing that. But that was just in general and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. It just gets me upset, But then again, but this is the position I am in. This is my work. This is what I do. And I'm good at it. I really work hard, and I get compliments, the sanitation and everything. I like the sanitation. When there's a lot of people, I go and I sanitize the doorknobs, like all of the restrooms. In between, even in the chapel, when everybody's in the chapel, I'll go and I'll get the disinfectant. I'll get the disinfectant wipes. I put on my gloves. I sanitize the doors. They see me. And they're like, hey, it's sanitized, because a lot of people are touching. And let's face it, viruses are all around and stuff. The restroom, dude, out with the lights off, the handles, nobody's in there. The sink, even the toilet, dude. like that. I'll put another spray, and then I give, and I wipe the toilet seat. All of that jazz. I do all of that and stuff. There's something else I wanted to mention. This is kind of like in the realms, but there's somebody. Again, it's going to go back to customer service and just the way you talk and the way you present yourself and the way you are. It really just it gets to me. Oh, the train's passing by. I live by the railroad tracks, so there's a way, and I'll say it again, the way I always say about Hitler's third cousin at the animal shelter and stuff. There's another person. I work for technically two funeral parlors. I work at one specifically, but there's another location I have to go to because they're entwined, these two parlors and stuff. There's somebody there that I just look at. She's top dog. Let's put it that way, top dog. HR and everything, like, you know, she's boss, right? Good thing she doesn't work at this part of where I'm at and stuff. That she works at her part. She just has this, look at, I'm going to judge a book by its cover. Just the way I do Hitler's third cousin at the funeral parlor. This girl, she's like all tattooed, like sleeved out, like all fucking tattooed up and stuff. And that's fine. You can be tattooed up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, well, you know, whatever and stuff. Shit, I'm tattooed up, but I'm not all sleeved out. And it doesn't matter. It's just, I'm making my point. She, man, I just like, get the cuesta. What does it cost you to be able to have some kind of professionalism? Have some professionalism in you. Dude, like, okay, example. The secretary left already today or last night, technically. So the phone rings there at the parlor. So since I'm the only one there at that moment, I answer the phone. Hillside, who's this? And I'm like, I knew it was her. I go, it's Rose. She's like, where's, and she mentions the name, where's this person at? I go, oh, she just left, but I can go ahead and I'll stop her if you want. No, I'll call her on her phone. Okay, okay, have a good day. Miracle, she said, you have a good day too. Ooh, that was a first. Click. But it's the way you talk. It's the way you, who's this? You technically own the partner I'm at. You should know who your employees are. You should know whatever, like, you know, like, I'm sorry, who's this? Oh, okay, yeah, it's you, Rose. Okay, but hey, I'm looking for, I'm gonna just say Susan. I'm looking for Susan. Is she there? No, she's not, but I can get her. She just left. I can get her right now. No, it's okay. I'll go ahead and call her on her cell phone. Alrighty. Okay, well, enjoy. Goodbye. Click. You could do something like that. Who's this? Where's Susan? No, just call her soul. Click. Like, and I'm not the only one to bitch about this girl. I'm not the only one to bitch about her. Trust me, no. So one time, last week, I had to go work at the other parlor, and I can't stand working there. And I did them a favor, because I work at my funeral parlor where I'm at. If they're short-staffed, okay. They call me, they'll let me know, and I'm like, okay, thank you for letting me know if I can work. If I can, because I work multiple jobs, not just Hillside, not just where I'm at. I work in my house, and I do what I do, right? So I go there. She's there, right? And she just has this fucking ugly way about her. It's like, dude, you're like a boss there, man. You're like top dog. You think you'd have a little bit of more of a, okay, you know, you know what I'm saying? You think, wow. Okay, this is technically the second time I worked there at that other parlor when they asked me to go. So I really don't know a lot of things that are going on. I don't know, like, you know, I don't know that all the doors have codes on them, like the numbers, like 4 numbers. We have to put them in. I don't know it, you know, and stuff. Now they had in the front where you come in when the family comes in, there is the screen that displays the picture of the deceased, you know, and everything. There's the book to write it in. Now when I was getting there to set up, she goes, do you know how the secretary was there, and so was she, this person. She goes, do you know how to set up the USB, like, for the display in the back? And I was like, if it's the same way as the other parlor, I go, I should pretty much be able to get it. She goes, she was like, and she tells the secretary, she's like, can you go and show her, like, how to do it? And the secretary was like, yeah, to go and show me. But it's the way you said it. It's the way you made your fucking Knuckle Dragon face. Like, are you related to the one from the animal shelter? Are you guys, is there a group, a Knuckle Dragon group? Is there a Knuckle Dragon face group or something, or attitude? Because, like, can you go and show her, like, Wow, you could have said like, okay, well, no problem. If you don't know, hey, secretary, can you go ahead and show her? Just make sure she does it right. Okay, and that's fine. You didn't have to be like. Another time, the first time I was working there, I'm working there with a younger girl, and that Knuckle Dragon, I'm gonna call her Knuckle Dragon. Knuckle Dragon was there, and she was on the phone, and she was talking about the young girl I was working with. So she was like, no me esta pinche huerca, esta huerca, que la chingada, que la habla así de mexicana like pinche corrientona. She's like, esta huerca, and I knew she was talking about the young girl that I was working with, and I was kind of, but she said it like in front of me, dude, like whatever, and I was like, dude, like, again, there's a way to talk. There's a way to be a professional. There's a way to present yourself. You already come off all tattooed out, and no offense, like, you really don't present yourself like, fix your hair a little bit. Just, I know my hair's a mess. I know that, oh, look who's talking about fixing your hair. Yes, I have a haystack, and it don't matter. But, you know what I'm saying? Present yourself like a boss. Like, okay, like, present yourself like a fucking boss, and have have, what's the word I'm looking for? Have some etiquette. Have some office etiquette. Have some boss etiquette. Like, okay, again, do you know how to go ahead and do that? Well, if it's the same, okay, well, alrighty, well, I'm gonna go and get the secretary to go ahead and help you just in case, just make sure everything's okay. Alrighty, thank you very much. You didn't have to be like, ugh, can you help her with this? Like, you're grinding your teeth and you're like, you're just a knuckle dragon. I'm surprised smoke didn't come out of your fucking nose. Like, why do you already look like you belong in a gang. You look like you've been in prison for 7 years, or just got out of prison, or escaped. You pick. You already had this, look about you. If you want to judge by the cover, you already had this look, and then you talk that way, and then you act that way. What I heard through the grapevine was that several people have gone and they applied, to be attendants and all that stuff, like to be like, working in the office or whatever. She trains them in the morning, say 7:30 in the morning, 8 in the morning. When you clock out for lunch, they clock out and they never come back. After about good 4 hours of dealing with that knuckle dragon, they clock out and they never come. I heard through the grapevine about 4 girls applied, got the job, okay, in the morning, getting trained by Knuckle Dragon. Work in the morning, okay, I'm going to lunch, clock out, never come back. They just never come back. And again, if I told this story before, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm just trying to make a damn point. And it just gets to me like just, ugh. I can't, and I'm glad I don't deal with her as often or whatnot. I'm just really glad because, like, no, because I won't tolerate that. Like, I heard from somebody else that said that the way that Knuckle Dragon treats this person, I'm like, oh man, or talks to her, the way she talked to her, like, no ma'am, oh child, you better look for another employee. No, and so good that I don't work at the second parlor where that lady's at. I work at the first fucking parlor and stuff, because I will not. I mean, I'll bite my lip. If you guys, the way y'all guys know me, oh ma'am, no ma'am, I will explode and say, no ma'am, not today or not yesterday. You shouldn't even thought about this yesterday. So blah blah blah. That's the story and stuff. Just present yourself. You can look like a ex-convict. You can look like I belong in a gang or whatever. But at least act professional in the position that you're in. But be lucky that you're in this position, and don't just Knuckle Dragon City, just Knuckle Dragon City, and I can't stand it. I try to be calm. I try to be kind to anybody, even when I'm in a convenience store. If I'm walking in and I see a man or a woman, I'll open the door and I'm just like this. No, pass it, like shivery. Pass it, no, you go over it. No, go ahead. Even if it's a man, and men are like, no, ma'am, no, let me open the door for you. No, it's already open, man. You go ahead and you step on it and going in. Alrighty, cool deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. But people just in general, like, there's no, I don't know. Maybe it's just me that I just happen to deal with a bunch. I deal with a bunch of good people too and all of that jazz. But it just gets to me how Knuckle Dragons are just like everywhere. They're just everywhere. Knuckle Dragons are everywhere. So beware, man. Knuckle Dragon City. I put cloves in my water, so and then you bite it and it releases like a. So, anyways, blah blah blah. I guess that's my story. I'm just talking. I have some more artwork that I'm doing of Valeria Marquez. Besides the candles, but this is drying up. I have two pieces of artwork I'm doing. It's drying up. So here, you know what? I guess I'll show you guys while I'm here with you guys. Hold on. Let me see. This is gonna be in the dark a little bit, but I got this one right here. What am I doing here? Can y'all see that? I don't know if that shows, but I'm doing that one. So that one's drying up. And I'm gonna add a little bit more to it, and the other one is drying up. I don't want to touch the other one because it's like really drying up. Ooh. Okay. So with that being said, guys, don't be a knuckle dragon. Don't be a knuckle dragon. Have some chivalry. Open up a door for somebody, even if it's a man. Come on. Don't be a knuckle dragon. You know what? Just don't be a knuckle dragon. That being said, cheers to knuckle dragons. To all the knuckle dragons. You keep rocking your world, and I guess we're going to keep rocking our world. You know what I'm saying?